Good afternoon, friends. How are you guys? Doing good? I am here with my water. I got water with a little bit of lemon and strawberry in it because I need all the antioxidants I can get these days, y'all. Today, it is time for our Read Aloud. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is a good one. And it's one that you're probably familiar with, but I love it so much. We're going to read it together. Do you recognize this book? What book is this? Yeah, The Rainbow Fish. Wonderful. The Rainbow Fish. So friends, your writing activity for this book today is that I want you to create your own fish. And this week, one of our themes for our social emotional concept has been kindness. We've watched some videos, we've talked about things you can do around the house that are kind. So today, as you think about a fish that you want to create, what colors will the fish have? How big will the fish be? What shape will its body be? Think about what your fish could do that is kind. And as we read through the story, you're going to have some examples of fish in the story that perhaps you could get some ideas, some inspiration from. So, The Rainbow Fish. Our author's name is Marcus Pfister, and I believe that he is also the illustrator. I don't see an illustrator's name on here, so let's look. Remember, in the title page, we can always find more details about the book, like who it's for. This book was made for Bridget. And it looks like he is the author and the illustrator. Yep. So look, what a talented guy. He drew the pictures and he wrote the words. Oh, my goodness. Well, this is new. We're missing a page. Don't worry, guys. This is our classroom copy too. This is why we need to take care of our books. So let's go ahead and read our book. I believe I remember what happens on that page. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there was a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. See his sparkling scales. The other fish wanted to play with Rainbow Fish, but he would always just glide proudly by and not talk to them. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." He has these beautiful shiny scales. And what does the little blue fish want? He wants one of them. He wants one of those shiny blue scales. "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the little rainbow fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away as fast as he could. He was so upset. He told all of his fish friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away and ignored him when he swam by. So what happened there? Was the rainbow fish kind to the little blue fish? Oh, he yelled at him. How do you think that made the blue fish feel when rainbow fish yelled at him, "Get away from me"? How do you think it made him feel? Sad. Said shocked. He was so upset, and he told everyone. Would you want to be friends with someone who yells at you and is rude and mean? I wouldn't want to be friends with someone like that. And so all the fish ignore Rainbow Fish when he swims by. What good were Rainbow Fish's dazzling, shimmering scales if no one would admire them? Now Rainbow Fish was the most loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day, he poured out his troubles to a starfish. "I really am beautiful," he said. "Why doesn't anybody like me?" Why doesn't anybody like him? How was he treating the other people? Do you think that has something to do with why people don't like him? "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise old octopus. Maybe he can help you." The wise old octopus. Wow. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very, very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the ocean, but you will discover how to be happy." How do you think the rainbow fish is going to feel about that advice? Do you think he's going to want to give away all of his scales? "I can't," said the rainbow fish. He started, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful, shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without my scales?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. It was the little blue fish. He was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The rainbow fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmery scale," he thought. "Maybe I wouldn't miss just one." So he is going to give him one. Is it kind to share? Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale, and he gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among the blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Look at all of those fish. Are you getting an idea of what you want your fish to look like when you draw one? Is your fish going to have glittering scales? Let's see. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had all been given away. Yet he was very happy. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they called. "Come play with us." "Here I come," said the Rainbow Fish. And, happy as a splash, he swam off to join his new friends. The end. There he goes with his one scale. Friends, what do you think? What do you think the point of that story is? We've been talking about kindness. In the story, Rainbow Fish, he wasn't very kind to his fellow friends, was he? He yelled at them and he was being selfish and rude. And then nobody wanted to play with him. But once he started being kind and treating people nicely, then he gained his friends. So I think that should be a lesson to us, friends, that we should always treat each other with respect and kindness, right? So your job is to get a piece of paper and draw me a picture of a fish. Any fish you want. I want you to be creative. It can look like the rainbow fish. It can look like the little blue fish. It can look like any fish in the whole ocean. You get to choose. Is it going to be a long fish? Is it going to be a big fat fish? You choose. And then I want you to think of one thing that your fish can do that is kind. Okay? And then right at the bottom, label your picture and tell me about the characteristics of your fish, okay? Thank you for joining me with our story today, friends. I had a wonderful time with you, and I will see you later on tomorrow for our daily activities. Bye-bye.